Hi everyone, it's Uncle Dan from Uncles and Fatherhood. We have a new interview for you. I got the chance to talk to Jason Stone. He's a dad of one son. We talked about fatherhood, his story. We talked about sposie booster pads. We also talked about so much cool stuff. So here's the interview I did with Jason Stone.
But
How
yeah,
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Um, I got hurt at work, and I I've got three herniated discs. If I said that right, so I'm in bad shape right now. I can barely walk. I can't move left, right, sideways, bend down. Can't lift no more than 5 pounds. Stuff like that, and then chasing this little guy around. It's rough.
I bet.
But but
How did you
but
do it?
I was putting a box above my head and just tweaked my back. Uh, it's been like that. I've been there for a year, so it's just been over time and working hard and side jobs and stuff like that, and it's just wear and tear, and it just finally gave up on me.
Hopefully you feel better.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go through the workman's comp and this and that, and it's rough going through all that. So
Have you tried like physical therapy or anything?
yeah, I start going Tuesday or Thursday at 5 o'clock. They're gonna start making me go 3 times a week, and if that doesn't help, then they're talking about surgery. And I'm 40 years old, and I don't want surgery. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
So
can understand that.
trying to stay away from it. I've been watching. There's a guy that's got a huge YouTube channel, and he's located out of Greenville, South Carolina, or North Carolina, and it's 101 miles away. And he fixes a lot of people that's in bad shape, and he does it the right way, deep deep compression stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's what I'm after. So if none of it works, then that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to try to get a hold of him and go up there and see if I can get fixed up. Because I'm not going to do surgery at all. So, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good.
Uh, my little man, he's riding his bicycle now with no training wheels.
Oh, that's good.
He's wearing one diaper a night, and that's it. Other than that, he's potty trained.
Oh,
Um,
that's amazing.
he can carry a conversation with you. It's almost like having a best friend with you.
Well,
So
that's good that he's only in one diaper. That's good.
yeah, I use the pads that
Oh,
you
the
gave me.
Sposie booster pads.
I still use them at night. Uh, he's stopped drinking milk now at nighttime, so which is weird, but you don't want no milk at night.
Or
And
I guess water as well. So, I mean,
do
what?
do what now?
Well, I would think it's better than doing having milk and water at the same time. So,
Yeah, I've got always set a bottle of water next to the bed, and he'll take a drink or two of it, and he's knocked out after that. So we usually go to bed around 9 o'clock, 9:30, somewhere around in there. Uh, we at 6 o'clock. That's when I start doing bath and getting dinner ready, and stuff like that. Um, But no, he's growing too fast, too quick, getting too smart. Like right now, he's just a handful.
I can hear it.
Yeah, he's wild now. But you know, he's not had a mother figure in his life except for my mom.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a big deal. So he calls my mom, and basically that is his mother. His mother has not. Last time his mom seen him was the Sunday after Christmas, and then after that, 2 days later, she ended up going to jail in Marion County, Georgia, for meth, needles, spoons, pot.
Oh, yeah.
Just all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a long time before she ever gets a chance to see him, hold him, touch him, or anything. It seems like she was just a donor in a way, you know.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's very sad, very sad. But it's good to talk to you. It took me a minute to get the nerve to do this and
Yeah.
share everything.
It's okay. I mean, a lot of people get scared of podcasts. I mean, it's normally a fun thing to do. Just sharing your stories could help somebody else out. You never know that.
I hope it does. I mean, you're talking to a 20-year addict. I started in 92. I fell in a fire, and it burnt me up really bad. They had me on, oh my gosh, I had to go to therapy twice a day. They would shoot me up with morphine, work on me for 2 hours at a time. I'd go home, I'd eat, pass out, wake up, and then repeat. I'd go back, they'd bring a wheelchair out, get me, go in, give me another shot of morphine, and then work on me. So that was like that for like a year. And then I went to my doctor, and he took me off the pain medicine. And back then, we didn't know what addiction was. We didn't have a clue. I just knew that one certain colored pill would help me, you know. And it just started there, and it progressed, and it got real bad. And I've been arrested, about 20 times, maybe more.
Wow.
I've been to jail. I've been to numerous rehabs. I finished 2 rehabs that were a year long and still relapsed. 2012 rolled around, and I got busted for, just to make a long story short, I ended up with 7 felonies, and I beat them all, and had to do a lot of time inside the jail here in Sevier County. I did 430 days, day for day, and come out on paper for a year. And that jail saved my life, and I wish I'd have went to jail and stayed in jail a long time ago. So I just lived a tough rest.
Is there programs in jails still?
No, not there. The only thing they had was I was in a pod with about 60 people. I seen a lot of bad stuff. The only thing they had for us was church. Whenever they would come. It wasn't like it was every Sunday. Just whenever they come, they would walk in and say, does anybody want to come to church? And, of course, go, because to get out of there, something different. And basically there was 3 pods at the time with guys, so it was a place to where you could slide notes and slide dope and just all kinds of stuff. It was just like a meeting place in a way, for the inmates. And what got me was I was about 9 months in, and I had, okay, let me kiss it. There you go. I did. I seen that. What changed me was about 9 months in, my mom finally come and see me, and she's a bail bondsman here. She owns a bail bonding company in this area and been doing it for over 20 years. And she told me, Jason, I've prayed and I've prayed and I've prayed. I've gave it to God, and here you are. I know where you are. You're safe. You're eating. You look good. And you don't need to be in a place like this. You're way better now. And when the visit stopped, I was walking through the hallway shackled up, and I was just like, man, I can't go to prison. This is not my life. I'm a totally different person, once I was clean, off drugs, could think, and this and that. And I ended up doing, like I said, 1.5 years, and that's what changed my life. And looking at other people, seeing other people that deserved to be there, people that were just used to jail, I should say, that liked it. And I just seen all types of characters, and prison and stuff just wasn't for me. So when I got out, I never looked back, and got in the car, and I promised myself and my family that I'd never go back. And I wish that would have happened many years ago, because when your freedom gets taken away, and you're being told what to do and this and that, and you're brushing your teeth, and somebody's taking a crap or taking a shower, or you just no privacy, no nothing. I stayed in the same pod, same bed. It was just horrible, but it taught me a lot of things. It taught me patience. It taught me how to not ever go back to jail. Next time's prison, because of my record. Thank God that I got everything reduced down to where I wasn't a felon, and I'm not a felon. It just taught me a lot. Like I said, I wish jail would have come way before that. I'd done jail time, but it was like 30 days here, 90 days, 30 days, and it was just a little vacation in a way, I should say. But when they put that 430 on me, that really got me. Stop, it's disrespectful, King. Stop, it's disrespectful. I'm going to take it away from you. But anyways, yeah. Once I got out, I stayed here at the house, and we live on a farm. And at that time, my mother was going through a divorce after 17 years. My ex-stepdad is a cop here in this area, and he just walked in one day and said, I'm leaving, and packed up this stuff and left in his uniform. believe it or not, my brother's 21 now, and he is now a cop in this area. So I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot, and I'm lucky to even be talking to you. I should not be here today.
Don't say that. You have a
I,
son now, so you have.
I overdosed 3 times. Back when I was using real hard, and each time I just go back to doing what I was doing. I've been in some bad car wrecks, walked away from them with no scratch, and I just shouldn't be here. And 2016 rolled around, didn't meet, but a girl that I knew from school reached out to me, and she was living in Georgia at the time. She has a house here. It's about 8 minutes away from here, and she was trying to get her life together, and I was the one that got her to move back and got her house together and took her back and forth to work for a year, and everything was going good. Pregnancy, perfect. I was like, this is it. And I was working hard. I was putting money, in the bank and paying the bills and mowing and doing what a man is supposed to do. And everybody talked me down to get away from roofing after 7 years of it. I quit because if I fail or something, I'm not able to take care of my child or anything like that. So I took a job in Pigeon Forge at the island.
There's a bee in there.
Okay. And
there's a bee
okay,
in there.
Okay. And I was there for about 6 months and got a phone call one night, and it was the cops, and he said, Mr. Stone, your girlfriend is sideswiped 2 cars, and she was passed out with a needle in her arm, and had my kid in the car. So
Terrible.
that was a Tuesday. I ended up getting emergency custody Friday, and I've had him ever since. And he's my world. He's my everything. He's changed my life. We're right beside each other every day. The boy goes to work with me on my side jobs. He helps me work. I reward him for it. Trying to show him what $1 is about.
I'm going to go get more.
Okay. And I'm just I guess an old school kind of guy of raising.
Yeah.
Like I said, live on a farm, and basically I free range him, and he's doing really well. But I am August 28th will be my 11th year of being clean.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Congratulations.
They're trying to give me pain pills right now because of my back, and I just ain't having it. I keep saying no, and they keep saying you need it, and I'm like, you don't understand. And I tell them my story, and they still don't care. They still trying to push it on me, and I'm just like, no. So I just take a muscle relaxer and ibuprofen right now.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah, that's all I can do. I don't want to go back down that road. If I take a pain pill and feel that again, it'll be over. So I just stay away from it.
Does your here's a question. I have some questions on my phone. Is your son a picky eater?
No, he eats everything. Right now, he's over on the fence line picking blackberries. He eats everything I eat, from onions to olives, chow chow. Uh, he eats everything I eat. He'll eat a pizza that's fully loaded. He won't pick nothing off.
Well, that's good.
He eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or a ham sandwich. Don't peel the crust off. He just eats everything I eat. So, uh, the only thing he's ever really turned down right now is I'm trying to go get him. Go get him. You know which ones to get.
There's bee in there.
It's okay. He won't bother you. Go get him. Go get him.
It's mean.
He won't bother you. Hang on just a second. He won't bother you. Let me do this. Let me do this real quick.
Mean.
Okay. Well then, ride your bicycle. Just ride your bicycle, and then I'll deal with it.
Get him out there.
I will.
He's mean.
I will here in a second.
He's mean.
I will here in a minute. Just ride your bicycle. No, he's not a picky eater at all. He eats everything except for mustard. I'm trying to get him to eat mustard. When it's mustard, it's got a tang to it.
Yeah.
He loves corn dogs, so he likes to dip it in ketchup, and I eat them with mustard, and that's really about the only thing. To be honest with you, I grew up without a father, and when this little boy popped out, I told myself that I would always be there. And even though it's tough, even though, he's hard to handle, but at the end of the day, when we go to bed, when we hug each other and love on each other and read out of the Bible, and we go to sleep, that's one of the most rewarding feelings ever. The time that I get to spend with him is amazing, and just let him learn the things that I do. It's rewarding in every way, but there is downfalls because being around him every day and stuff like that, we do fight, we do argue. I do pop his tail every now and then. I do put him in timeout, and it hurts my feelings, but I have to do it because he has to be disciplined.
Yeah.
I don't want him out here, acting a fool in school and hitting and being mean and saying bad stuff, and he just imitates everything I do, and I'm trying to raise him to be respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. And opening doors, at restaurants for people. It's just really rewarding. I get a lot of compliments telling how good of a dad I am. It just all comes from my dad being dad.
What does he do? What does your son do? Like with your mom on days, like if they have like days that they hang out.
Where's my babysitter at?
They will. Mom will take him with her. She'll take him out somewhere, and they'll go to the park, or they'll go to Walmart. Go out to eat somewhere. She's all the time buying him something, whether it's clothes or a bicycle or anything he needs. She just kind of spoils him in a way.
Yeah, that's what my mom does to my nieces and nephews.
Yeah. We're about to build an apartment right here behind us. The gentleman that's supposed to dig our septic tank he's got COVID right now, so once he gets done with that, he's going to come and dig our septic tank, and we're going to have our own apartment. So I will be documenting it on my YouTube channel, and yeah, just watch the growth of a single father raising a child. You don't see that often, and you don't hear guys that have 100% custody of their son.
Totally true.
That's really one of the most rewarding feelings ever, is knowing that, you know, I have 100% full custody. So, and I've worked my butt off for that. It ain't easy to do that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
No, not at all. I still, if his grandma calls or something, you know, I'll take him over to see his grandma and his papa and his brother. I do not hold him away from his family. His mother, we don't stay in contact, nothing like that. So I'm about to set a court date for a review for me and her to go back to court and get our child support situated. And she's going to be accountable for her son. She's got another son that's 10 years old, and that dad, he pays child support to them, and she don't even attempt to try to pay anything for this kid. She don't buy nothing for him. She don't do anything. So we don't even talk about her. Even when we go over to his family, he don't even mention her. That's how far it's gotten.
Yeah. Does your brother have kids?
No. He's 21. Like I said, he just become a cop about, I don't know, 4 months ago. He's now riding by himself and doing very well. But no, he don't have any kids right now. He will one day. He's really good with Canyon. He puts Canyon in the cop car and puts the blue lights on and talks to the intercom, and they have a good relationship.
Well, that's good.
And I did that with my brother when he was little. I used to take him everywhere, and my brother does the same with him. He'll take him off and go do something. And since he's potty trained and easier to handle now, he takes him fishing, or he'll take him shoot guns, or he'll take him Walmart, McDonald's, just whatever, you know, they're doing at that time. So I couldn't ask for a better brother or mother.
I bet it was a lot for your brother for doing all that, changing diapers at that age.
He waited. He's never changed his diaper. He waited until he got potty trained. So he wasn't like me when he was born. I used to take him everywhere and have to change his diaper and stuff like that. And I've just always loved kids, and that's just the nature in me, I guess. And I always wanted one, and I always told myself, if God lets it happen, it happens, and if it don't, it don't, you know.
Yeah.
And I actually thought I had a family fixing to, you know, happen, and by now we would have been set up and had a family and been doing good, but she chose to abandon us and choose drugs, which is sad.
It sounds like a fun day at your house.
It's always always fun here.
I mean, I can hear the birds chirping. I can hear the.
Yeah, I'm walking around, and we've got a road right here in front of us. Sometimes big trucks come by, or if there's a wreck on the interstate, they'll take this road right here for a bypass. And we've got a swimming pool that goes from 3 foot to 10 foot, diving board. We've got a barn. We've got horses. There's just so much to do. We're always outside doing something, and it's just amazing. It really is. Once we get our apartment built, there'll be a trail from the apartment to his grandma, and that's how I was raised. So
Yeah.
We just lived the old school way, So
Yeah. What do you have a favorite horse you like to ride with your son?
We've got a horse that's 24-year-old that's old and can't ride him no more, but I can stick Canyon on him, and he's a calm, cool, and collective that I can put him on there, and he'll just walk beside me and go on with it. So where I've been around horses all my life, I'm burnt out on them. So him coming along, I'm going to end up having to buy a pony. I'm going to end up building a chicken coop and some rabbits and do it the way I was raised. Couple goats, so he can experience all that.
Yeah. Sounds like a zoo at your house. It sounds like a zoo at your house.
It kind of is. There's all kinds of people come over here with their kids and stuff. My mom's friends, they got kids. They'll bring them over and, swim and grill out, cook out. There's something going on here all the time, which is a good thing. Here in a minute, we'll start catching lightning bugs, and then after we catch our lightning bugs, we'll go inside and wind down, and that's when we go to sleep.
Do you read any books besides the Bible?
Yeah, I've got some children books that I read to him. I let him pick it out. Sometimes I read it. Sometimes he reads it. And when I say he reads it his own way. And I listen. And, then we just fall asleep. So, Bible's always first, and he'll either pick a book or not. So it's up to him. But I always read a verse or two out of the Bible for us, and go to church on Sundays. He loves church. Canyon, watch this. Canyon, do you like church?
Oh, I do church.
You love church? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, he loves church.
Do they play music at your church?
Do what now?
Do they play music? Like, do they have a church band or something?
Yeah, they do. I got a buddy of mine that I do side work for. He plays the guitar up there. So it's not a huge church. It's just about, I don't know, probably altogether, kids and everything, probably about 60 people, and that's it.
It's kind of nice to have a nice church, a small church to go to every Sunday.
Yeah, I don't have nothing against the big churches. I've been to them here in town. It's just a bunch of rich people, and there's 200-300 people, and it just don't feel right. It feels like all it is money,
Yeah.
You go to the one I go to, it's more down to earth and old school, I should say. The preacher, he's older. He's got a handkerchief hanging from his pocket. He'll preach, and there'll be spit coming out of his mouth, and sweating and really throwing a message out there that'll hit you hard.
Yeah.
He's just an awesome preacher. I love it. That's what I was used to when I was growing up. There's a creek / river that runs behind it, and that's where they do you can either be baptized inside or you can be baptized in the water. So eventually Kenyon he'll be saved and baptized as well. So
I got rebaptized in the ocean when I was in Florida. I kind of said, I got rebaptized when I was little, but then I was thinking, well, I think I would go back and rebaptize, whatever, just do it again.
Right.
And it was a good night, and the moon was lighting on top of the ocean, and it was like great.
That was God's eye on you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never heard of in the ocean before, but
yeah, I mean,
it don't matter where you're at as long as you believe.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you stick your head in a bucket. I mean, to me, it's kind of all the same,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I'm not against any churches at all. I mean, from snake handling to regular church. I don't have nothing against any, organization or whatever. I'm just an old school Baptist, and that's it. I've experienced and went to a bunch of churches before, and I was born in Middlesboro, Kentucky. You can look it up, Google it up. The last name, the preacher's name was Cook, and they handled snakes there, and he had been bitten 6 times without going to the hospital. And in the Bible it says, I forgot the saying, but basically you believe and this and that. No serpent that bites you will not hurt you or kill you. The Lord will heal you. In a way, I forgot where it's at and how it's really worded, but if you look it up, Middlesboro, Kentucky, snake handling church, watch that documentary. I've been in that church and I've watched it. I've been one time, and I'm scared to death of snakes. I never handled one or anything like that. They don't push it on you or nothing like that. It's a little different, a lot different.
It sounds really gross. It sounds really gross.
It's how can I say it? It's very interesting, put it that way. They've got rattlesnakes to cottonmouth, copperhead, the basic snakes that are in Tennessee that are venomous is what they had. So he'd have 2 or 3 in his hand, one around his neck, and I'm just like, wow. And preaching as he's doing it and dancing with them. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's something that you'd have to just go to. And we get off of here. It's on YouTube. And I think it was also on Discovery, I believe. But you can look it up, and it is wild. So it's there. And it's a very interesting story. His son took over after he passed. His son has also been bitten, so it's just you know, uh, just the way they believe.
Yeah.
I've also been to a black church, and I'll tell you this: that was one of the best times I've ever had in my life. Was going to a black church. Me and another person were the only ones that were white in there. And let me tell you something now. They get down. They
Yeah.
dance. They preach. I mean, it blew my mind. And they were so nice to us. It was just unbelievable. But like I said, I've experienced a bunch of them, and I'm just an old school Baptist. So there you go.
They have those churches in Kansas City as well.
Yeah.
Just that kind of. I know a girl that I met on the airplane, and she was from Kansas City, and she is also a preacher. And I said, "Wow." And we just became friends, and she said she's always invited me to go to her church, but it's all the way down in the bottom of Kansas City, just too far from me. Um, but then it's in like in the mid in the just the bottom of Kansas City, like just the downtown area.
Yeah,
But
there's a bunch of Kansas. I've been to Bazine. I think it's called that, Bazine, Kansas. From here, it took us 18 hours to get there. I drove the whole way. I'd never been out west, and it was 1,181 miles to the door here, her dad's house. When we got there, I was like, there's no houses. Like it almost reminds you when you pass a house. It almost reminds you of the Chainsaw Massacre movie. The houses just look like that, and then
yeah,
like 5 or 6 miles later, there'd be another house. So like all the houses are like miles and miles
yeah,
apart.
they're spread apart.
Yeah, and the signs are different. They number them by like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then once you get in the double digits, it's like F F or D D or A A,
Yeah,
and everything is marked in a square, but it's a mile square, I should say. Very weird,
yeah,
but very interesting.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I went through there, and Kansas was crazy because it seemed like I couldn't get out of Kansas.
No, but there's a lot of you just get stuck in Kansas. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
many places in Kansas, but
I went
it's fun though.
on the exit that I got off of to go to his house, and once we got off the exit, it took us 2 hours just to get to the house. Her mom lived right off the exit in a subdivision, but her dad is a wheat farmer, and he's got combines and all this, and I mean he's got a setup now. But it took 2 hours just to get to his house. So when he goes to the grocery store, or goes in town, it's like an all day deal. You know, he buys what he needs for 2 months or however long, and then comes back, and it was just unbelievable where he lived at. It was so pretty, but so flat, and I missed the mountains. I was there for about 3 days, and I was ready to come home. I just love the mountains. I just love them. So it was very different seeing windmills and just out west. I'd
Yeah.
never been that way, and I've never been on an airplane.
Was that scary for you?
No, I've never had the opportunity or the chance to go anywhere on an airplane. I'd fly, but I've even thought about buying a ticket just to go somewhere and turn around and come back. Just to say I've flown before.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the only flying I've ever done was I took Canyon on a helicopter ride, and I think it was about 5 minutes or so, and that was it. That's the only time I've been in there. Very, very cool, but like I said, I've just never experienced an airplane.
That's fun though. I mean, going on airplanes are kind of fun. I mean, but when you go to the airport, the airports are just so much fun things to do at airports. They have like a lot of restaurants nowadays and a lot of
Yeah.
little shops to get things at.
Now I was in Daytona one time. I used to go watch the races all the time with a friend of my mom's, and he'd take me to Daytona, the Pepsi 400. Uh, he took me to a bunch of them. But to make a long story short, we had to go pick his son up at the airport somewhere in Florida. I forgot, but we took like a tramway.
Yeah, yeah.
To get to the airport, and once we got there, you're right. It had like a hotel in it, and it had
Yeah,
a shopping center. It's like a mall, hotel,
yeah,
eating.
yeah.
It blew my mind. And I forgot that airport. It's been so long, but it's known. I just forgot the name of it. So he landed, and we picked him up, and we went back to Daytona, and ended up, watching the race and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
it was very fun.
Yeah, they're trying to do something like that too. A smaller airport in Kansas City.
Yeah, we've got a small one here in Knoxville. It's McGee Tyson Airport. We've also got one here in Sevierville, but it's basically for small planes, like business people come flying in on private jets or something.
Yeah.
It's not a big. You can't put a big airplane there. It's just for private, jets and stuff like that. Because around here, there's so many businesses and real estates and stuff like that. So there's a lot of in and out over there on private jets. So I did find out Mike Tyson's wife does a lot of real estate here. Never met her. I've just heard of her being in the real estate here. So that was pretty interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else you want to say before we go?
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to step up on your platform and talk. I hope that someone gets something out of this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your past or anything like that. It's just about being the best father that you can possibly be to your child. I don't care if the mom is making it so tough on you, you just about to go crazy. Just never give up. Always have faith in God, and just never give up. Just don't ever give up. And that's it. That's about all I can really say. You can't make people do anything. It's their choice, but hopefully somebody grabs this and goes on with it, because like I said, I was 20-year addict and overdosed 3 times. And I mean, I've been through it all, but I've never gave up. I've always kept going, and finally it hit me. God, had a plan for me, and it was this little guy right here. So to everybody that's listening, just don't ever give up. Keep grinding. Take care of your boy or your girl. No matter what the circumstance is, no matter if you're drug into court or whatever, just don't ever give up on your own blood. I just don't. I will say this real quick. I do not. I do not like people that don't have anything to do with their children. I just can't stand it. It drives me crazy. So just take care of your kid and love life and give them all you can give them. If you can't buy nothing and you ain't got the money, the time and the love beats it all. So that's the most important thing is time. As time flies by, and you'll never get that back. And I just want to say God bless everybody and just live life to the fullest. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. If anybody's interested, I will plug in. I do have a YouTube channel with me and my son. It's Adventures with Jason and Canyon. And I do show a lot of this area where I live. And I also show a lot of Canyon as well. And Canyon has a lot of support. So that's it. And that's all I got. And just enjoy the time you have because it'll fly by. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, it took me a second. I will say to everybody, it took me a second to do this. I've got one heck of a testimony, and my son is a walking miracle. So I just shouldn't be here, but God, had that purpose for me, and I finally found out why. So when things happen in life and you don't understand, you'll understand on down the road, if that makes any sense to anybody. So just don't ever give up, do right, and good things will happen. And thank you once again.
You're welcome. It was good chatting with you. I'll let you know when this is up and running.
Okay. Canyon, you want to say bye to everybody? Okay. I'll get it. Say bye-bye to everybody. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye-bye, everybody.
But hit them things.
Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Say love you.
Love you.
And have a good day.
Have a good day.
And have fun.
Have fun.
And God bless you.
God bless you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you have a good day. And everybody else have an awesome day and an amazing day. And thank you so much for the opportunity to step on your platform to kind of talk about what I go through. So it helped me a little bit to bend it out and share it. And I just hope somebody grabs it, takes off with it.